Dear friends, we are happy to welcome you at Lean Global Connection, and we are happy to announce that now we will have a presentation on military tech from the providing Lean consultant of Lean Institute Ukraine, Andrii Dmitriev. Andrii, please give us your knowledge, your expertise on Lean military tech.
Welcome everyone. First, I will briefly tell about myself and then we will move on to today's topic. For more than 8 years, I have been part of the Lean Institute Ukraine, working on projects that help organizations improve their performance and build a strong culture of continuous improvement. My experience includes leading lean transformation in manufacturing, food production, logistics, and service organization. I specialize in process analysis, standard work design, S3 problem solving, daily management, and visual management system. During the full-scale invasion, I began working closely with military units and defense companies. I began working closely with these guys, helping them apply lean tools to increase speed, flexibility, and operational efficiency. Today, my focus is bringing modern lean thinking to civil and the military industry, supporting teams that must learn fast, adapt fast, and deliver fast results. As you know, for more than 10 years, Ukraine has been fighting a war that started with the annexion of Crimea and the armed conflict in Donbass. Since February 24, 2022, when Russia began its full-scale invasion, the country has lived through more than 1,300 days on continuous combat. This war became a real stress test for our state, our industry, and our people. It changed how we manage, plan, and use our resources from the battlefields to factories, hospitals, and schools. But most importantly, Ukraine has evolved into a nation that learns, adapts, and improves every single day. We use lean thinking not only in production, but also in logistics, education, and defense. Step by step, we build a system that removes waste, shares knowledge, and delivers value even in the hardest continuous of war. Since 2022, Ukraine has started to use lean methodology in the defense industry and in military management. We focus on 3 key directions. First, training. We prepare medical and combat units to using TWI job instruction and the tactical lean management program. And these tools help us to create standard work, share knowledge faster, and build strong discipline in daily operation. Second, production. Defense factories now use lean to remove waste, reduce cycle time, and build flexible modular lines. These lines can change quickly when the front line needs new products, like drone parts or armor elements. Third, logistics and supply. We apply visual management and dashboards to control material flow, keep the right stock levels, and reach faster to changes. Step by step, lean helps Ukraine work smarter, move faster, and support the army with higher efficiency. I will begin with training and consulting. The main problem was that military medics worked in different ways. Their actions were not standardized, and this led to mistakes, slow reaction, and serious time losses. And for medics, time not is only waiting, it can mean the life and health of their comrades. For fast and high quality training, job instruction is the best method. We recommend using TWI principles because they explain the work clearly, step by step, and help every person understand not only what to do, but also why each step matters. Let me share a short case. When we started working with one medical unit, every team prepared equipment for evacuation in a different way. Some took too much, others forgot important items. After we use TWI job instruction, created standardized work, and applied Ishikawa and 5 whys approach to remove root cases, everything became faster and clearer. Many military persons says, now we finally speak the same language. We know the steps, we know the reasons, and we know how to do this hard work. The results were strong. Training time dropped by 30–40%, coordination between units improved, and medical stocks decreased by 25–30%. Step by step, Lean helps this medical unit work safer, faster, and with a shared understanding where every minute truly matters. This is our experience that I want to share with you today. I want to say that I am very grateful to my colleagues from the Lean Global Network for helping us connect with the friends from TWI Institute. These guys reacted extremely fast and delivered TWI training for our team. After that, we started to share this knowledge with our partners and later with military units. Unfortunately, for security reasons, I cannot show you photos for military person learning directly, but on this illustration you can see the whole process of job instruction, building dojo classrooms, and the key TWI principle in action. Let me tell you another story about Tactical Lean Management Program. This is a Lean Green Belt level course which we adopted for one of the combat brigades. I first met Colonel Igor Obolensky back in 2019, long before he became a commander. At that time, he worked in a business company in a senior management role. We worked together on a project to improve operational efficiency, building clear processes, creating visual management boards, problem-solving tools like A3. Remember one moment well, after a long day at the factory, he said, now I finally see how structured thinking changed performance. This was a clear sign that Lean would become important for him in the future. In the April this year, he became a commander of the 2nd Armored Corps of the National Guard of Ukraine. And when Igor contacted us again, his request was very clear. He said, we need structured leadership, we need better planning, and we need faster decision based on data, not emotions. So we designed a special program for his officers that includes strategic thinking, military leadership and team motivation, planning and organization using Lean tools, A3 problem solving, Lean communication, and delegation without micromanagement, feedback and team development using Lean methods. And during this session, many military persons said, this is the first time we see a clear step-by-step way to solve military problems. And even more, the brigade began to use key performance indicator, real practical KPIs on war. They created measures like price per kill and cost per frontline day. These KPIs help them see the true cost of operation, compare strategies, and reduce losses in combat conditions. This case shows how Lean, with its focus on structure, clarity, and continuous improvement, can strengthen leadership on operation performance even in the hardest conditions of war. And here we have Igor's direct speech about Lean at wartime. Have a look.
А там далі ще буде Lean Production, ти уявляєш, щоб покращити це все.
А що таке Lean Production на війні?
О май гад, це окрема тема. Це, як сказати правильно, щоб на війні, да? це збільшити вбивства і знищення противника з найменшим затратом з нашої сторони.
Looks terrible, but it's true. Okay, go on. Next case about lean product and process development and how it changed weapon development during the war. Before 2022, creating a new weapon system in Ukraine was very slow. The full cycle from idea to real use of the frontline could take 24 to 36 months. The process was fragmented, expensive, and moved much slower than the war itself. When the full-scale invasion started, this became a serious problem. The army needed fast adaptation, modular solution, and quick feedback from combat units. So we began to apply LPPD. First, we formed cross-functional teams, engineers, production experts, and military personnel working together, not separately. Second, we started building early prototypes, testing them in the real field condition, getting feedback in days, not months. And third, we used set-based design and knowledge-based engineering, looking at several design options at the same time and keeping only what really works. Because of this approach, the results were very strong. The concept to combat cycle became 30–40% faster. Development cost went down, and the feedback loop between the frontline and engineers became much shorter. We saw this especially in UAV platforms, optic mounts, and smart field electronics, where new version reaches the troops in weeks instead of years. This case shows that LPPD given structure, speed, and learning, which are essential for weapon development in wartime. If we look at this process from another angle, we can see a strong historical analogy. During World War II, the United States reached an incredible level of efficiency. They produced one B-24 Liberator bomber every 60 minutes. This was the result of clear flow, standard work, and very strong production discipline. Today in Ukraine, we follow a similar idea, but we add LPPD, which is with this approach, we not only speed up production, but also speed up development by using cross-functional teams, fast prototyping, field testing, and set-based design. We created a system where new solutions appear very quickly. And as you can see, now dozens of new drone models development in record time and already used by military, by our guys to stop Russian aggression. Next case about lean manufacturing and logistics in the defense industry. Almost all defense factories in Ukraine worked in rigid, sequential way. Their lines were designed for only one type of product. And when the full-scale war started, this became a real big problem. The frontline changed very fast and new needs appeared every week. But switching production often took days of downtime. This slow changeover created delays and limited our ability to support the troops. So we began introduce modular lean production cells, usually U-shaped cells, and we built flow and pull system. So production followed real demand, not big plans. We use SMID to reduce changeover time, TPM to keep equipment stable, and 5S to make workplace clean, safe, and easy to navigate. We also redesigned whole factories into flexible, reconfigurable cells that can switch from one product to another very fast. This pilot took place in 2024 and plants production unmanned aerial vehicle. The results were impressive. Changeover time dropped 3 to 4 times, from 8-10 hours to 3-2 hours. Productivity increased by 25-35%. Defects decreased by 40 or even bigger percent. Thanks to better standards and maintenance, we achieve these results. Some plants now use mobile production lines, which can be moved near logistics hubs or repair zones. And there is one more very important point. This level of flexibility helps avoid putting all equipment and people in one location. It reduces the risk of single missile strike or Shahed drone destroying the whole factory. Lean flexibility is not only about speed, it also increases survivability in wartime. And finally, I would like to show one of the dashboards used by our frontline unit, the unmanned system forces, where they record the result of their work in elimination target. You see these figures, they do a lot of work, hard work, to help our nation stand from aggression, stand against the Russia. Thank you, guys. I think you have some questions. I will be happy to answer it.
Yes, friends, please send your question. I already see some congratulations, words of support to Andrii, to you, and probably to the whole team who is supporting lean in military actions in Ukraine. We are happy to share any knowledge, any expertise. Please talk to all relevant people and encourage them to use lean in defense tech, in military tech, and also people from all countries in the world. We need to be prepared for anything that can happen, and we need to develop our military, our defense people, and to share these best practices to be more flexible, to be more resilient in our actions. I wanted to emphasize one thing when we are talking about the military tech, that the areas for lean implementations, they are unlimited. And we need just to find people who are eager to implement lean instruments and to give them all these instruments. That's why all the people who are doing lean in Ukraine, please share these ideas and share your help with people in army, in military forces. We need to give just the instruments for people who are searching for the instruments all the time. Also, one really important thing that was mentioned by Andrii is the training of people. Please check the TWI, training within industries. This methodology should be implemented everywhere, and we just need to also show all the profits, pluses of this methodology to the people. This is a crucial thing. And
So
I go
I
to
see the question. Maybe
yes, there is a question. What was the most difficult thing about making changes? People don't like change, especially in the military. Andrii.
Yes, I have an answer. At the first, some frontline managers showed resistance, but when they saw real example of flow and how lean could make their work easier, they become our supporters. And the main motivation was to support the country itself. in this fight against the enemy. So most changes and initiatives were accepted very positive. Really.
Yes, one thing also, why there was a case with Igor Obolensky, because the leadership is crucial for the lean implementation. If the leader demands the efficiency, the lean in the processes, then in military specifically, nobody will argue and they will do what leader says, because this is a logic of military work. Please somehow attract the attention of the leaders for this. Show the benefits, show this presentation when it will be available on YouTube. Contact us and we can convince the military leaders to do the projects. Leadership is 100% critical in the lean implementation in all spheres, but specifically in army. Another question from Irina: what inspires you and helps you share continuous improvement practices and inspires others? Andrii, this is a general motivational
Very easy
question.
because I think everyone understood that these improvements help our country defend itself. And when I hear that there is an opportunity to make some meeting or make some training, our military guys, medics, I stand in the first line and wanted to help them to make more efficiency and learn some lean tools that help them to define us better, defeat them.
Yes, and Irina, I wanted to emphasize one thing, as also as a president of Lean Institute Ukraine, what I saw at one point, that there should be non-monetary motivation for people, and making world better, making Ukraine better, making your country stronger. It's a huge non-monetary motivator for your people. And specifically Lean Institute of Ukraine, when we have 20 people right now working, there was one point when there was a huge demand from the consultants and the back office of Lean Institute Ukraine. What can we do for our country? What can we do for our victory? And people demanded the exact actions, exact plans. How will we help? Not only by donations. Donations, they are great, generous, that it's a great thing to do, but by the actions. And it was a strategy plan. How can we contact military people? How can we contact defense tech companies? And we started to share this information that we are open for cooperation. And just we started doing this, all the opportunities came. Kyiv-Mohyla Business School, who are providing super support for our military, for our medical forces. They came and we became partners in Lean for Medical Forces. And this is a hugely successful case, actually, what Andrii presented. And after this joint collaboration with Kyiv-Mohyla Business School, medical battalions, they came to us and asked for the specific projects with them. And it encourages hugely. People from Lean Institute Ukraine, they see that they're doing something worthy. And it helps us to do presentations after a terrible night today in Kiev, and after all those terrible days and nights that we have, because you do something important. It's just not about the efficiency, money, or everything else. It's for the purpose, and purpose is critical. Peter asking, how do you spread and implement lean ideas among people? What communication channels do you use when you are first. Maybe I will answer this question. Actually, Lean Institute Ukraine probably is rather successful in communication. We have a good marketing and communication strategy, and we are using different social media channels with the advertisement also. And for you to understand, for example, we are the 6 institutes among all the institutes for these Lean Global Connections. People from Ukraine, they are 6 biggest number of people for this event, just because our channels are working as we see it. We also work with our community through different events. Just yesterday we had another non-for-profit, free of charge online webinar for spreading Lean. We have probably one of the biggest or the biggest Lean summit of the Europe in Ukraine, where this year's Lean Summit Ukraine was the biggest ever in Ukraine and probably the biggest in Europe. And we are happy that people are willing to communicate, to talk, to discuss all these topics offline. It was an offline event in Kiev. With all the dangerous situations that we have, but for 2 days, more than 600 people came and were collaborating. I hope that I answer your questions, but we are really active in marketing. We are not just waiting that people ask for Lean. We are promoting Lean.
Maybe I add some details when we talk about commands and companies that we work in with. Before we joined this process, their production system looks like a garage-style assembly lines, some of them, and it's a huge potential, real. But some cases we saw not very motivated people really, but we started to communicate with them using Kaizen events. When we have quick wins, when we show how Lean tools help them to be more productive, make more in less time, they have very positive minds to use these Lean tools, and they help us to bring these production lines in better quality and better efficiency.
Yes, thank you. Actually, our time is almost over. I see the kind words of support from you guys in our chat. Thank you very much. And also thank you to all Lean people of Ukraine, all personal initiatives, all the companies who are vocal about the Lean activities. You are all supporting Lean movement in Ukraine and giving a great examples of Lean implementation. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support, and see you next year at the Lean Global Connection again. Thank you very much. Bye bye to all of you.
Bye bye, guys.